Ionization constant of weak acids. Okay, so how we can find out the ionization constant up to which that acid ionize? How we can find it out? Okay, so consider a weak acid, that is HX, that is partially ionized in aqueous solution. The equilibrium can be expressed by, if you want to just express the equilibrium reaction, so you must know how the dissociation is taking place, right? So for example, this HX is an acid and I'm just mixing it in a water for dissociation. What happened? H3 positive will form and X negative. Means H2O donates its proton to H, HX donates its proton to H2O and H3O positive and X negative form. So for example, the initial concentration is C. And we know this thing that before starting anything, the concentration or the amount of product formed is zero always before starting the reaction, because we start everything with zero. So for example, the initial concentration is C for the of acid or protons in a reaction, that is C, and for product, that is 0 0. Let alpha be the extent of ionization change. So let the ionization start and alpha be the change. So we just put minus alpha minus E, which means from here the movement of, or कह सकते हो, the dissociation start and the protons start moving towards the acceptors. Okay, so what happened then, we just represent this P, C alpha with positive in the product side, plus C alpha. Equilibrium concentration. Equilibrium concentration means the concentration of the ions at equilibrium is C minus this C minus C alpha is equal to Ca and Ca. So here C is the initial concentration of undissociated acid, and at Hx at time t, means time that is equal to 0, because initially the time was 0, and alpha is the extent up to which the Hx is ionized into ions. And we have learned this thing that if you want to find out the constant, so the formula is K is equal to product upon reactant. Here we have what we have product. So when we talk about the concentration of acid, so the symbol will be Ka is equal to C square A square, because we have similar entities here. C square is same, A alpha is same. So C square alpha square upon C minus alpha. Why this C minus alpha is because C and C with alpha is common. So we just take out of this C out of the bracket because of the common thing. So C bracket 1 minus alpha. So that will be, if you just solve it, if you just solve this, like cancel this C with the C. So C cancel, C alpha square upon 1 alpha. So the general formula of dissociation of weak acid is given by this formula. Ka is equal to C square A square upon C minus 1 alpha. This C cancels this C, and that will be C alpha square upon 1 minus alpha. So K is also called the dissociation of ionization constant. So at a given temperature, Ka is measured of the strength of an acid Hx that is larger. The value of Ka, the stronger is the acid. So when you just calculate or solve the question, whenever you get the maximum value of the acids or Ka, means that the stronger is the acid. It means that it is a dimensionless quantity with all species of concentration in 1 m, right? The pH of the hydrogen ion concentration has been extended to other species and the quantities, right? So if you want to find out or evaluate the pH of the weak electrolytes, then how you can find it out? So there are multiple steps which we have to follow to find out the pH of weak electrolyte. The species present before dissociation are identified as Bonsted, Lowry, acids, and base. So Lowry was the scientist. He just explained the concept that acid base formed by the donation and acceptance of the hydrogen or H positive ion. Means he talked about the proton acceptance and removal of proton, that actually identify that which is acid and which is base. Okay, so we just uh, identify that which is going to donate the proton and which is going to accept the proton on the basis of his theory. Next step is balance the equation. Balance equation for possible reaction in which a species acting both an acid as well as a base are written. Right. Next, the reaction with high ionization constant is defined as the primary reaction while the other is a substitutory reaction. For example, if I react HX with water, if we consider the previous reaction, what happened when HX is dissociating, that is primary reaction, as well as along with the dissociation of electrolyte, what happened? The dissociation of that uh, dipole solution means, or we can say the solvent will be there. For example, if you are mixing that HX in water, along with the dissociation of HX, what happened? The water molecule also ionized. So the dissociation of H2O at that time is known as the substitutory reaction, and the dissociation of that acid or electrolyte in a solution is known as the primary reaction. Okay, so enlist a tabular form the following value of each of the species in a primary string. Now, after that, we just enlist all the things in a tabular form. Just say, for example, it's like initial concentration, change in concentration into equilibrium in terms of alpha, degree of ionization, and equilibrium constant. So we have to enlist all the three things if you want to find out the constant. Okay. Next, substitute the equilibrium concentration in equilibrium constant equation for the principal reaction and solve for alpha. And next is calculate the pH formula by minus log H positive. So how you can find out? We just, if you know the pH, then you will be able to find out the strength of weak acid or base. Right. Now, if we talk about the strength of acids and bases, how you can find it out? Strong acids are completely dissociated in water. Means complete ionization will take place if strong acid is there. But if we talk about the weak acid, the vice versa process happen. The weak acid dissociate or weakly dissociate or polar means ionize, and that is why they are known as the weak acids and bases. Okay, and their conjugating bases are quite weak. Mean if acid react, if a strong acid dissociate in a water, it means it led to the formation of weak base and weak acids. Okay, weak acids also dissociate partially in water. Weak acids partially dissociate in the water. Their conjugating bases are weak. If weak acid dissociate, what happen? Conjugated base weak also form. Now, acid-base strength. How you can just find, just explain this thing. In any reaction, the equilibrium will favor the reaction that moves the proton to the stronger base. Okay, for example, HCl and H2O combined together, they just form H3O positive and Cl negative. So H2O is much more stronger base than the chlorine. So the equilibrium lies so far to right K is not measured. Means the value of K is greater than 1. And as now we'll talk about the ionization of weak bases. The process is same as we have done just 10 minutes before. So C with that formula KB, but the like the process is same. Initial concentration C for the reactant for product zero. Then for the next equilibrium concentration or degree of dissociation alpha, we just find it out and we'll get this reaction C square upon A square bracket upon C1 minus A alpha is equal to C square 1 minus alpha. So that will be same like acids, process will be the same, everything will be the same, but the concentration value, the K in place of Ka, we have to write the Kb. So the equilibrium constant on base ionization is called the base ionization constant and is represented by Kb. Alternatively, if C is the initial concentration of base and alpha is the degree of ionization of base, that is the extent to which the base ionization, then equilibrium constant will be like this. Kb is equal to C alpha square is equal upon 1 minus alpha. Okay. Now we talk about the relationship between Ka and Kb is like the equilibrium constant of a net reaction obtained after adding two or more reactant equal to the product at equilibrium constant for the individual reaction. So if we talk about in case of conjugating acid base, what happened? At that time we find out the net one. Means, for example, if conjugated bases and acid reaction is there, multiple reaction is there, what happened? We have to find out the net constant. So K net is equal to K1 into K2 into K3 and go on further. So therefore, if K alpha Ka into Kb means constant, acid constant into base constant is will be equal to the Kw. Okay, and for that pKa into pKb is equal to pKw. That will be like 40. If we talk about the di and polybasic acids and di and polyacidic bases, so what happened? Some acids like oxalic acid, sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid have more than one ionizable proton per molecule in an acid. So such acids are known as the polybasic or polyprotonic acid. Means which have more than one proton are known as polybasic or polyprotonic acids. Dibasic acids are those acids which have more than two ionizable proton and are tribasic and has more than three ionizable proton. We talk about the two di. Di means two ionizable proton and tri means three ionizable proton. So high order ionization constant are similar than of lower order ionization constant. So hence it is difficult to remove a positively charged proton from a negatively ion due to the electrostatic force that exists between the elements in a molecule, right? So if we talk about the polyprotonic acid, so often like there are many molecules which have more than one ionizable H positive or hydrogen. So these are known as the polyprotonic acids. The ionizable H many have different acidic strength or it may be equal. So one means monoprotonic, two means if it has two hydrogen that is diprotonic, and if it has three hydrogen that is triprotonic. For example, HCl is monoprotonic, H2SO4 is diprotonic, H3PO4 is triprotonic. So when polyprotonic acid ionization like steps, so what happened? Each ion, each ionizable hydrogen remove, like it's just remove adequately, and this removing affect the hydrogen bonding automatically makes removal of the second hydrogen. For example, for H2SO4 is stronger acid than HSO4. Why? Because there is two H2, two hydrogen is there. This is diprotonic, and in HSO4 negative is monoprotonic. Okay, so the strength depend on the protons factor affecting the strength. So the extent of dissociation of acid depend on the strength and polarity of hydrogen bonding. More is the strength, more is the polarity of hydrogen bonding, and more is the stronger acid. The strength of Ha bond, H hydrogen and the A means whatever acid is there, Ha bond decreases as the energy required to break the bond decreases. That is, Ha becomes more stronger at that time, right? As the size of A, the size of element, A is like element which is connected with the hydrogen bonding with hydrogen. So as the size of A increases down the group in the periodic table, the Ha bond strength decreases, so the acid strength become increases. Whenever we go down the group, what happened? The size of the element increases. That ultimately led to what? That ultimately led to the stronger, means like strength of, means stronger acid or stronger base or strength of increase, right? As electronegativity of A increases, the strength of the acid also increases. And when we just can just tell the strength about the strength of the acid, we can we can just say this thing on the basis of electronegativity. Whenever the A is more electronegativity, it means that the stronger acid will be there or base will be there. So less size increases. For example, HF, HCl, HBr, and HI. When we go down the group, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Whenever we go down the group, size increases, acid strength increases. And when we talk about the electronegativity of central equation increase, what happened? HF is more electronegative and H4 is less. So if we just arrange all the compounds on the basis of increasing electronegativity, what happened? You just see the acid is strength also increase, right?